Me side, more side. Am I okay?
Yes.
So that was your fault?
Yes. Okay, they can hear you now.
Where's my chancla? Okay. So now I gotta repeat myself. We need another round of applause. We back! So welcome to episode 8 of Sippin N Trippin. Thank you. We are on location at Lotties Pub, but also known as Molly's by Day, Lottie's by Night. They're located at 1925 West Cortland here in Chicago, right off of Damon and Armitage. So thank you to Lottie's for allowing us to host the show here tonight. And then, and we're also in the basement. So, you know, if you don't know the history of some Lotties, they've been around. This is some real Chicago gangster shit. Not no more, but back in the day. Right. There was like, what was that, Prohibition? Like, we in the room with the gangsters and the politicians was doing some, you know. I came on location. I seen wooden floors. So I said, are there some Lotties under here? But we're not going to speak on that because I don't want nobody looking for me. We peace and love, peace and love. We are sponsored tonight by XL Barber Studio. They are located at 1203 Maple Avenue in Lisle, Illinois. Check them out. They've been tagged all over. They are some dope barbers. You get faded up, high fades, ball fades, whatever fades, haircuts, all of that shit. They will hook you up. I promise you. And if they don't, come looking for me, and I will put my foot in somebody's ass over there. Don't worry. But we back. I've been gone for about a month since I was on silent earlier. We won't say whose fault it is, Maurice Prophet, the producer of the show. He's lucky I ain't got my chancla because I would have popped it over there. And you know I'm a mom. So, like, I didn't even got to aim and it'll hit you. You feel me? But yeah, no, we were off for October. We did a few things. I mean, B-side had a lot of things going on. Maurice actually had a film that he dropped, Finding Dawn, a short film at a film festival. So we were there. It's going to be coming out soon for everybody to see.
Yeah, it's on the film festival circuit right now.
Okay, so we'll put that information. Y'all want to check it out. It's dope. It's a short film. I thought it was very interesting. I did the read on that one, and not even watching it visually, just reading it, I had actually touched, like, it almost brought me to tears, but you know, I try not to be a crybaby. But I am a Pisces though, so you know that works. But what else happened in October? Oh, I was on Delicious Dior. We did a taping, which is also another B-side show, which is a cooking show for that B-side is producing. You'll find those on Facebook and YouTube. So I was on the taping of Delicious Dior, which was dessert. So you know a bitch like me like to eat, you feel me? I will never say no. So anybody want to put me on a cookie show or something, I do cook. But I don't want to cook, I just want to eat. So if y'all want to invite me, or anybody has some Sunday dinners or something, y'all got some extra food and you don't know what to do with it, hello, hook a sister up. But what else? October, my kids. Y'all always are going to hear about my children. We're done with football. Homecoming. Jesus. Oh, we had homecoming, which was really tough for me because, as you know, I have a 15-year-old who didn't even want to go to homecoming. How do you not want to go? And he's a football player. Like, how do you not want to go to homecoming? So I actually forced him to go, which now I probably shouldn't have forced him to go because now he got a little girlfriend. But I have to loosen the reins, which I'm trying to like do, but it's hard. But you know, so what else? My little one also finished football because they're both in football, so they finally finished. And I got a little break, but we start wrestling next week.
Yeah. Yes.
Somebody's excited about that one. I'm not, because that's going to take up 3 of my evenings for me to sit in the gym watching these little boys. Ugh. And then it's hot. Explain that to me. I don't understand. Like, you do football, granted that it's outside. Basketball, they don't practice basketball when it's a hot-ass gym. So why does wrestling have to be in a hot ass gym? Like, it's hot. I don't understand that. Is it for the muscles? I don't know. Like, it's skin on skin. Like, I don't get it.
Only the strong survive, baby.
Oh, Jesus Christ. But if you guys didn't notice my new little logo, hello. We got a new logo for the show. And let me show it off. I got my new drinking cup that my niece made. Monica Creations. It's on both sides. So we're doing it fancy today. I'm going to put my pinkies up, even though it's my teacup. But yeah, Monica Creations hooked me up. She also made some t-shirts that I will be for my guests that are coming on the show.
Nice.
Excel Barber Studio. You know my brother and that goddamn Excel Barber Studio always had to try to be like me. They got these little t-shirts too. Stuff. God, can never have nothing for myself. He's like, oh, we got t-shirts too. Mm-hmm. So what else can we talk about? Oh, I went to a roller skating party in October.
Okay.
And I'm only bringing this up because I'm too fucking old to be fucking roller skating. I thought my niece had a roller skating for her son, and it was on like Columbus Day when all the kids were like off of school and stuff. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna try this shit. I'm not gonna just watch the kids do their thing. No, I thought like I used to roller skate back in the day, like at Rainbow. Like I think that was like the North Side Rainbow roller rate. That's like now I'm aging myself, right? So I thought it was like riding a bike. Like I used to roll it. Man, I used to go backwards. I used to try to do my little stunts. No. It is not like riding a bike. Do you understand that parts of my legs and my back and my core, like it works. It's a great workout. So if anybody's looking for a great workout, go fucking roller skating. Because that shit, maybe I was just so tense. I don't know. But like the feds are coming. I'm glad this is like fire. You know, this is like the fire show. This is our fire department show. Because had it been like the po-pos or some shit, I've been like, you know what? I'm out. I got to hit. Look. Okay, now I'm going to tell another story. You know, I got stories for days. So, I don't know about anybody else. Maybe it's just my history because, you know, I grew up in the hood and I was a little troublemaker teenager doing some of the shit I was supposed to do. But anyways, I could be at the grocery store. And if a policeman is standing behind me or woman, and if they're in full uniform, I start sweating. I'm like, oh my God. And I'm not even stealing shit. Like, I feel like I'm stealing something. And I'm just like, it's my trauma. It's my childhood trauma. My mom says, this is my mom. My mom says, it's all your skeletons in your closet. That's why you start sweating. So I'll tell the police, you can go ahead of me. I don't care if you got a whole fucking car. You can go ahead of me. Just get the fuck away from me. Go. But that shit sounded like the feds were coming. Like, Maurice, did you pay the bill, Maurice? God damn. Oh, yeah. Oh, who's this? Oh, not the chancla. Yes, I always talk about my chancla. You know what? If somebody could make a chancla, brother, with my logo on there, that would be pretty awesome. Since I can't get one for my hair salon, Cutting Edge 54 Salon, Elk Grove Village. Oh, speaking of that, I was actually on the Channel 5 News. Hello. And it wasn't because I was arrested, and I know they're talking about the police and all of that. I was actually, so in Elk Grove Village, the mayor actually said that you don't have to wear masks indoors. Yes. So I guess that was a big thing because I guess a lot of people ain't do that thing. Yes. So look, so the little Channel 5 newsman, coffee guy, whatever his name was, he came in, I was doing somebody's hair. He came inside and was just like, hey, and he had his little NBC shirt. And I said, okay, so what's up? And I'm thinking he need a haircut or some shit. He was just like, oh, you know, you're mayor this and that. And I said, well, that's news to me. I had no clue because I don't watch the news. I do not watch the news. The only time I watch the news is when I have it on at the hair salon. I don't watch it in the morning because I'm not going to start my day like that. I don't watch it in the evening because I'm not going to go to sleep with that shit on my brain. So I watch it midday or when it's on, you know, background noise. So I was like, yeah, I didn't know that, but that's good to know. He's like, oh, can we interview you for, you know, the newscast? I said, Sure. So they took a little shots. I mean, he gave me like a 10-minute interview and showed like 2 seconds. But I'll take my little 2 seconds of fame. Because I heard Jessica Doliola cutting edge 54. Like, ooh, that's all I need. Thank you very much. And there was like, I was so busy at the salon though that I didn't even get a chance to like tell my people, like send out like, oh, it'll be on the news, bitch, 4:36 o'clock. I don't know if it came out on the 10 o'clock news, but I was happy that it did because people were like, hey, superstar, I seen you on the TV. I said, thank you very much. Somebody over here got a phone call from his mom, like, Justice is on the news. And he, you know, like, you hear Justice on the news, why you gotta think bad? Like, why you gotta think something negative? Like, it was good things. He was like, who'd you kill? I did kill nobody. And if I did, you would not find the body. Hello. We from Chicago. We know how to do certain things. But my guest tonight, he will come on in a little bit. My guest tonight, I actually had asked my friend Ivet Guzman, who is a woman Chicago firefighter. And when I heard that, yes. So I'm going to tell the story where, like, you know, she had came out to one of my shows. I think it was the sixth episode. We were over at Xavier's nightclub. And she came out, and I'm like, bro, I think it's dope for her to be a woman firefighter in a predominantly male field. And then in Chicago, like, you know, it's a goody boys type of town still. Even though they try to, don't kill me, people. I'm just saying the truth. But, you know, so I asked her to be on the show. And she was just like, yeah, I'll do it. You know, she was kind of like, you want me on the show? You want me on the show? And I said, yeah, I think you're dope. Like, if it's not to just even encourage somebody else who might not think that this is a field that you can get into as a woman. Like, because I think there's more women police people than there is. I got to use people now because everybody's so sensitive. My pronoun is queen, bitch. Okay? I don't know. I hate that shit. Like, that's another thing. Like, my pronoun is this. And okay, before everybody kill me because I said the shit, like, why do we become so sensitive? Like, and I get it. I'm not saying that that's wrong. But like, I don't care if you're a man that looks like a woman or a woman that looks like a man. Whatever you look like is whatever I'm going to call you. If you look like a woman, regardless of what you were born with, I'm going to call, hey, her, ma'am, whatever. If you're you know, you look like a dude, which I've seen, especially if you're on the north side. I've run into a lot of women that look like dudes. So I'd be like, hey, bro. And they'd be like, excuse me, I'm a woman. I'm like, oh. Let me just take my drink and go this way. Now I forgot what I was even going to ask you. I'm sorry. But now I forgot my train of thought what I went with that.
I think, well, can I come? Can I say something?
Oh. So she was, okay, well, my guest is Miranda Mayo.
I just think that that's a great thing to talk about, and you were definitely being funny. Yes. I think, though, it comes down to freedom. It comes down to freedom of expression and feeling free enough to say, this is who I am and this is how I identify. And it's hard. It's hard to say, this is how I want to be treated. Yeah. You know what I mean? In the face of, you know what I mean? So we might not be used to that.
No, I think the old school way of thinking is, you know, just be quiet about it. Because back in the day, nobody talked about none of that shit.
Right.
Now, it's like, it's more open. I think it's a little too open. Because, like, there's certain things, like, I don't have, if you're an adult, feel how you feel, express how you want to express. But when you're a child and this is around them, it almost makes them question, like, well, am I supposed to like women or am I supposed to like men? Because it's so open.
Yeah, I mean,
you know?
I think that's actually, though, really fun and what could be really fun.
Because you can tell, though. You can tell. I don't care. Like, there's these little babies walking around here, and I'd be like, I already know which way he going. I know. I don't know about anybody else, but I know if you see a little boy walking around like this all the time saying, no, honey. No, and he's 7 years old, I'd be like, I look at their mama like,
I don't know. I mean,
but I don't say it's wrong. I don't say like you're not supposed to have your hand looking like this. I say, go do you.
I just wouldn't assume to know the course of the rest of that child's life based off of how they act when they're 7.
I do. I do. Now I do. It's a great point. I agree, but in my head, I don't say it out loud. But there's a lot of things that happen in this head of mine that I'm so glad there's nothing connected to it. But since we got our guests,
I know. I'm sorry. Okay.
I might as well just bring y'all on. Since I just what I was gonna say.
Segue, and I wanted to jump in. Can I talk
here
on the end of actually serving the community? It is a little hard sometimes. But when it comes down to it, we're all human beings and we do the same things.
Right. No, but that's a great point. Like for somebody who's not like in the front lines,
right,
like, serving the community like in the same way, but it's a great perspective.
I mean, we're all human, right? We when we get cut, we bleed, right? For the most part.
So I'm gonna take this moment to introduce you to my guest. So whatever else the fuck I was gonna say before this, I'll just wait till the end. You know,
we took over. Sorry.
I know, fucking Chicago ass people and shit. But don't worry about, look, I only have this jacket in front of me because I put this dress on, and it's like short. And then next thing I got shorts on, but I don't want to give everybody coochie shots and shit. This will turn into a whole nother show.
Right?
But let me introduce my guest and not talk about my coochie.
Listen. Beautiful.
It's a different type of noise. But this is Ivet, my good friend Ivet Guzman, who is a firefighter. And then if anybody knows, this is Miranda Mayo. She done just came on the show and said, I know you're an actress, but girl, it ain't like that over here. We regular people up in this. But I was nervous with you on the show, but it's cool.
But that hair though. Girl, I just want to lay in that hair.
It's literally like there's my curls and then it comes down and it's like a little like less really more wavy.
Show me some more. Show me some more. Keep touching me.
I feel like we're like the different.
Girl, if I drink enough, we're gonna be talking about LGBT. Don't worry, you keep touching me like this.
To wrap up this segment though, I would really like to say we're all humans, and regardless of whether or not the way we can understand what pronouns or whatever we can address you by, I want to speak on behalf of the first responders. And sometimes it's hard. And whether we call you sir or ma'am or whatever.
What are you supposed to say? Like,
it's quick. It's whatever. It's whatever comes to mind, because you know what? Seconds are minutes. Minutes are hours. We don't have time for all that business, and we don't mean to disrespect anybody. You know what I mean? When you call 911, we treat it as 911, and that's it.
Right.
Regardless of what the situation is. And
man, so, look, I wish a motherfucker would be over. You trying to save my life or some shit and be like, my pronoun is she. What? Bitch, shut the fuck up. I'm trying to save your life. What is you talking about? What? I wish a motherfucker would. But you know what? If that happens, please let me know. I so would want to know. I'm just saying. Just for my own craziness.
But no, I mean, not as of yet, as far as my experience is gone. But we're talking 8 years. I'm coming up on 8 years. On the 18th of November. Yeah.
8 years of being a firefighter.
Yeah.
Good, girl. So I gotta ask though, like, you're my age.
Yeah, we were in high school together. Yeah,
we went to Lane Tech. Hello. Oh, we got other Lane Techers over here. Yes. I'm a little smart.
A little bit. She's really smart.
I don't want to. I be trying not to think.
I know, girl.
It's too much effort. It's too much effort. But so 8 years ago, 35, 34.
35 and a half. So I just turned 42 in February.
So 8 years ago, it was 34. You became a firefighter at the age of 34.
No, 35.
35.
Mm-hmm.
That's old.
Oh, so the cutoff is 38. So let's be legit about it.
I mean, in a nice way. I didn't mean that in a bad way. I'm so sorry. Well, she knows me, so you don't know me. I just mean though, like the cutoff is 38.
It's 38.
Okay.
And you cannot, if you're turning 38, you better be turning 38 while you're in the academy. If you're turning 38 during the process, you're out. And that's it. And it's a hard no. It's not.
But that's the lot,
it doesn't
though.
matter if it's the day before, even the day before, the day of the academy.
Right. But I'm saying like just even being in your 30s to even accomplish something like that. That it had to be hard. Like you got carry heavy ass hoses and all of that shit and go through the rigmarole of the academy.
Yes.
What made you decide to be
Well, girl, you knew me from back in the day, and I didn't stop at anything. I put everybody else before me, and that was the craziest thing. Like I could not. If I was going to do something and then somebody called me and was like, no, my tire's flat.
See, that's why I couldn't be no
I
fireman.
didn't-
I'd be
it
like,
didn't
no, hold on.
Sorry, Mom. I'm going
Hold
to say
on.
some crazy stuff right now. But I've stolen my mom's car.
Oh, we've all done that.
I've gone like.
Wait,
places
hold
I had
on.
no business.
Here, who never stole your parents' car? Raise your hand. Oh, get the fuck out of here. Lie like a man. Look, the footsteps are going to be coming down right now. Don't be lying over here.
But I had this idea of like always putting others before me, and that was a huge thing.
Yeah.
And
But that's good though.
It
You
comes
need that.
natural.
You need that quality to want to serve the people. You feel me? Like you need that quality. So I'm telling you, not me. I'd be like, no. Like I know there's nurses. Same
Right.
thing. Nurses do that shit.
you know what? I was supposed to be a nurse. I'll tell you why I didn't become a nurse. So my best friend Mark Franklin, at the time when I was 18, was studying to become an EMT so that he could get on the fire department. And I was just so mesmerized. I'm like, that's perfect. And my parents are like, well, what are you going to do with your life when you get out of high school? And I'm like, I don't know, maybe a nurse or something. They're like, that's perfect. And then when Mark was studying to become an EMT, just so that he would have something extra so that he can get on the fire department, he never got on, by the way. It was like, to me, it was amazing because it didn't take as much. And the thing is, at the time, like I couldn't sit down and have a conversation for more than 2 minutes. I was like running around like crazy and hopping around. But the other thing,
I remember that.
I couldn't. I was like, hey girl, out. But the bigger thing was that I would get too attached to people. And I have a little bit of that problem. So the fact that I would be in somebody's worst time of their lives, but I'm in and I'm out and that's it. And it's cut off. I'm not there at their bedside, checking up on them, drawing blood, dealing with the family.
Be nice. We got some nurses in the home.
Right.
No,
I would love to do that. I just know myself and I get way too attached because I give a fuck. And that's the thing. That's the problem with me. I give way more than a fuck. And in some cases, I just can't.
I wouldn't have been no good nurse. I would have been that like horrible nurse that everybody complains about. Like, bitch, I need food. Hold on. I'm looking at my Facebook, bitch. Hold on. I'd have been that nurse. Like, no. So styling hair is my thing because I like just talk all day.
Yeah.
Literally talk all day.
Yeah.
And I'm a server at a bar. Like one day last week or this week, I don't know. I can't even, the days go together. I literally started work at 9 a.m. at the salon.
Mm-hmm.
Left there, went straight to the bar.
Mm-hmm.
And left there at 2 in the morning. So I literally talked from 9 in the morning to 2 a.m. Some guy, the boss was like, ain't you tired? I said, I don't know, I could talk forever. Ask my brother.
She can run her mouth, for real.
But I gotta ask though, like, how did you guys become free?
Oh. Do you want to tell the story?
We're like a couple. Do you want to tell it?
Do you want to tell it?
I was happy I'm in the middle.
So Tony Ferraris, who works on Chicago Fire with me, he is an actual firefighter on Squad 2.
Bald-headed guy? No,
No.
that's not the bald-headed guy.
No, that's Randy.
He looks Italian. He looks kind of Italian. He's an amazing guy. He's just heart of fucking gold.
Oh my god!
Like
he's salt.
He runs things. He's the salt of the earth. And when I got to the house that I'm at now,
so
I knew he ran things.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
That type of guy.
Okay.
You walk into the house
yes.
and you know who's in fucking charge.
Yes.
You know who the bosses are, the officers, all that. But you know there's a real guy amongst the guys that's in charge.
Yes.
So I get to that house and I'm like, that's the motherfucker I gotta talk to about what bunk, where, what's right? Am I doing something wrong?
Is this the house that you're still at now?
Yes, I'm at Engine 91.
Engine
Pulaski-
91.
On Pulaski and Diversity. That's in Logan, Avondale. Yeah, so I'm at Engine 91, and we're in Squad 2's with us. And Squad 2 is a specialty rig that has 2 apparatuses, and they're kind of like the Navy SEALs of the fire department. So they're specially trained for collapse, tunnel, rescue, just all sorts of different high angle rescue, just all sorts of different things. Scuba. Yeah, they do scuba diving. Most of them are medics. And they do things that you'll hear the firemen say, hold the squad, because like if they come in, you know you fucked up and you didn't do your job. But no, the help. You know what I mean? It's like when you have the whole cavalry coming in, right? You have a shit show going on and you want to do it yourself, right? And then you have all these companies and you're doing it, and then all of a sudden the squad shows up and they know what the fuck they're doing. They have a lot of experience, and if they can't get it done, it's not going to get done. No. And that's it, period. So anyway, so I walk into this house and I'm like, that's that guy. But unbeknownst to me, I had no idea he was on the show, right? And so he would be off sometimes or whatever, and I had no idea. So then one day, Sunday, we have meals that we have on specific days.
Listen,
and Sunday.
we finished.
Wasn't she telling the story?
Yeah. No, I can't say enough about Tony.
I'm just playing.
And you came over for breakfast, and I was like, who's this motherfucker? Because I'm the only bitch in the house.
She got territorial up in this.
I'm like Mother Hen up in this house.
You were like that. She was the warmest. She was the warmest, sweetest. Was like, how are you? Oh my gosh, like, girl.
I know. I gotta quit playing. But I was like,
you don't gotta be tough here.
Yeah, no, it was awesome.
I'm the only gangster up in this place, right?
Because you gotta understand, I'm the only woman in that house,
right?
So it was kind
of.
Are
there other women firefighters that you know of? Like,
yeah, there's not too. There is more than there are in New York, in other places.
Okay.
It's a slippery slope. We're way more progressive
here.
Yes.
Okay. That's good to know. Hey, Chicago.
But it's just different because we're spread amongst a bunch of different things. I won't say we're in the thousands. I won't say that maybe 400, maybe. I think I'm exaggerating at that point. But regardless of the situation, we still have more than New York. And it's not a job for everyone, even some men.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say that point blank, period.
Yeah.
So that's how, I think, it's a tough job. So even as a woman to get into that field, bro, you're my hero.
Thank you. When people say that,
it's true
it's
though.
So weird.
Because shit, you saving people's lives before they get to the hospital. You feel me?
Strangers.
Right.
Yeah. But that's why I was saying I don't care what you smell like. What I've been in some situations where I'm gonna get really graphic. So skin is coming off of them. They smell. It doesn't matter. I gotta do the job.
I cannot.
You know,
look, I'm a hairstylist, and when I smell hair burning, I'm like, oh my god. So let alone flesh. No.
Yeah.
See, no.
No.
I could never.
It's them first.
I salute you because I could never.
You know, one of the things that I don't think that there's enough appreciation is of our medics. They're the real angels of the street, and I'll tell you why. I'm in an ALS company, and what ALS stands for is Advanced Life Saving. And there's a medic. Mine is an officer, and I love him dearly. His name's Chris Riley. He's been a medic forever. He does outside private ambulance, the whole bit. anyways, we have drugs on board on our rig, and it's just amazing. I can't tell you enough. Like, it could just change things in just a snap, and he can tell me when it's a serious call or when it's not a call, and it's a call that doesn't require like as much like, oh my God, this person's gonna die. Like, I gotta get, I got seconds, and it's a big difference. But shout out to my medics out there, because
Nice.
You guys run shit, and I want to be one of you, and I go back and forth. You guys don't get enough recognition. There is a lot of women medics on the job, male medics on the job.
My brother was talking about trying to be a medic back in his day.
You can always do
Didn't
it.
you? I swear he did it. That was, look, hold on. My brother is a real Mexican. He got like 10 businesses and shit. I'm gonna always bust you out. This man got a lawn company. This man got a woodworking company. He got a regular job. What else you got? He's part of the what? He's an engineer by day, but his slew of .coms. He got a Jersey company, or he like Jersey.com, whatever the fuck. So like at one point he's like, I think I want to be a medic. I'm like, I'm not a dream killer, so I'd be like, okay.
So one of my really good friends is here. His name is Danny. He's in the back, in the corner right there.
Oh, that was one of the liars that said they never stole the car. I pay attention, motherfucker. I pay attention.
So Danny Montez, we're working on a few things and stuff like that, but it's one of the jobs that I admire, because it's kind of one of those jobs. It's either you have it to keep giving, or you don't, or you get burnt out.
Right.
And he still has the energy to keep giving, and I'm just ready to ride on his coattail and just ride alongside him to keep giving and stuff.
Yeah, no, you have to have that type of heart. I don't.
Yeah. No, but back to,
I will repeat that shit all the time.
Let me tell you something. I will tell you something. Miranda came in my life at the right moment of time to re-energize me. And you do the job for a while, and then you just kind of forget, and you kind of become a robot a little bit, and you forget. And then here she comes on a Sunday, and I think I'm gonna have a chill Sunday, and this broad walks in, and I'm like, who is you? But no. But it was Tony's girl, right? So I'm like, oh, this is Tony's girl. And then I'm staring.
And you
at
didn't
her.
know
I'm
she was on the show.
I knew who she was. I was like,
oh, you didn't know he was on the show.
I didn't know he was on the show.
Oh, okay. And you were just over there having breakfast with the brother?
Yeah. Well, no, because when we have breakfast, it's family style. Mm-hmm. We eat together as a family, regardless if we get along or we don't get along or whatever. We try to sit down and eat together as a family, because we don't know if that's our last meal. And that's true. That's true, because they go out to everything. We go out to what's in our area, or what is dedicated to us, and in any moment we could be out.
So you guys were having breakfast,
and I was like trying to make her eat, because I was like,
you didn't want to eat.
Why? I don't know. Sometimes I like to eat, and sometimes I don't.
No,
that's what the skinny people say.
Nice. Right.
Skinny people say that shit all the fucking time.
And I'm Mexican, right?
Like I've heard skinny people say, like, "Oh my God, I forgot to eat today, bitch." What? I'm thinking of what the fuck I'm gonna eat tomorrow. Right? Already. I'm like, this is what I'm gonna have for breakfast. I think I'm gonna have this for lunch, and I think I'm gonna do this for dinner. Like, I'm already like a week ahead.
Right.
All these skinny people say this shit, like, oh
no, girl.
I sometimes want to eat. I don't have to be hungry. I'm gonna be like, what's that? Ask my friend. Every time he's on the phone, he's like, are you fucking eating? I'm snacking. There's a difference between eating and snacking. I am snacking.
So we're making Sunday breakfast for lunch. And like,
that's another skinny person. What? If it's winter,
I'm more like that.
Because it's like hibernation time.
I guess. Because it's cold.
So you don't eat in the summertime? Maybe, you know what? I'm gonna take some pointers. Maybe in the summertime when it's hot, I'm not gonna eat.
No, girl, you gotta taste her food. I'm not gonna
Born
let you
son.
not eat. So, anyways, long end and short of it, she was in there, and we had to make biscuits. And I was like, remember we were cutting out on the biscuits, and I was like banging them out, and we were like putting them out, and I was just like, she's all right.
So biscuits bring you guys together.
Did I bring cinnamon rolls?
We were making cinnamon rolls.
That's what we were making. Yes.
Not biscuits,
Yes,
cinnamon rolls.
yes.
And then I was like, okay,
Yeah.
she's all
Salute
right.
to the
She's not
cinnamon
that
rolls.
bad. Salute to the cinnamon rolls.
Salute.
Ale.
See, bring a great friendship. Now, with you being on the show, Chicago Fire, do you get pointers
Oh my
from
god.
this lady over here?
Ever since I met her, yeah.
So she wasn't like I thought you guys got became friends because they pulled this chick to be like, look, help this motherfucker act on the show. They don't know what she doing. Help her out.
Quite the opposite. Quite the opposite. So
That's what I thought. But,
So
Smart,
the beginning,
smart.
right?
And we have people like that. Like Tony is a person like that on our set.
Because I will tell you, so I have a friend who Maria.
Yes.
I have a friend Maria who I call her Muslim Maria, but she is a maternity nurse. She works in the maternity ward, right? So she was at the salon one time. I was doing her daughter's hair, and Chicago Med was on the TV. So
Shout out to Chicago Med.
that's one of my. I watch all of them.
I watch
PD,
all
Fire,
of them,
and
too.
Med. I watch all of them bitches.
Well, Chicago, baby.
So when it was on, and I'm doing her daughter's hair, and so she's like, "Oh no, that's not the right way to do it. Oh no, this is that. Oh no," and I'm like, "Shut the fuck up! You're messing up my show." So that's my question to you, though.
So truth. So I start watching the show, right?
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
And I'm screaming. I'm like, the fuck? Every time they about to talk about some shit.
Of
Fucking
course.
phones drop and they run it out. And I was like, ain't no way. And I'm like, how the fuck are they together in the locker room for so long? And I'm like, oh wait, I always had a couple firehouses like that. Okay. But I was like, dude, I'm like, I wish I was running like them all the motherfucking time. Like,
Now, do you critique her? Have you seen her on the show and be like, "Bitch, you did that shit wrong.
no,
You
no,
carried
no,
that
because-
hose this way, and it's supposed to go this way."
I believe that we will get there.
We will get
Oh,
there.
you guys are not there yet?
I won't go there. I won't go there because there's
I
chiefs.
want it.
Go ahead. There's chiefs. There's chiefs that are hired on the show to give them incidents
okay.
that we do. It's Hollywood, so you have literally, when everything's said and done with all the commercials and everything, you got 42 to 45 minutes that you're really taping. You know, I'm a background person sometimes on Chicago PD, Chicago Fire. No, but one day. So
Hello, people, NBC, all them motherfuckers and shit.
But anyway,
You got a real one. Hello. Not to take anything away from you because you're one of my favorite actresses on the show, but I did like the storyline. I'm not gonna go too much into it, but the Girls on Fire, that's dope. I think that's a great idea.
It's my favorite.
I love that storyline. I love that storyline. I love it. So
But
when they
no,
sit, I'm like,
it's true.
hello. And then when they got the little curly hair, Latina looking, are you Latina? You're Latina.
No, I'm not.
You're not? What are you?
no, hey, this is real. This is real. I want you guys to listen to this
You're
because
not?
I'm talking to her in
The
Spanish
whole time
in the
I'm over here like
kitchen.
Miranda Mayo. I'm
I
thinking
know.
you Spanish and shit.
No,
But you're
no.
not Spanish.
I was
Are
talking
you?
to her in Spanish the entire
Oh,
time.
bitch, just say you're Puerto Rican. The same thing. Just say you're Puerto Rican.
So
Just
she's
say you're
mixed.
Puerto Rican.
So she's mixed.
Really?
And the funny thing is,
That's why I like you, because I like chocolate.
yeah. No, but it was funny because I kept saying things to her in the kitchen,
Spanish?
and I was
You
like,
kept talking to her in Spanish.
yeah. And you were catching it, and I
Oh,
was
was
like,
good. Oh, good for me.
She's like, you see how I'm that much of a, that's how much of an actress she is. And she was just like, yes,
she's like,
see, I gotta do I see.
you know,
Yeah. ¿Puedo hablar?
un poquito.
Hey, it's okay. Our Spanish is the same because I don't speak Spanish neither. I got a big old nopal in my forehead. I don't speak Spanish.
So it was funny, and then And then when we actually got to have one-on-one time after I took over, right? Like I was just so fascinated by her. She was fascinated by me. And then, yeah, right. I'm so assertive. And spiritually, we just connected. Her energy and spiritually. And
that matters though.
The next thing I knew, so it had been a week that I seen her. We exchanged phone numbers. I was going through a lot of stuff, and a lot of stuff was going on in my life, and I was working 48s. It's like 2 shifts in a row. One on 48s, 1 day off, and then another 40. It was just a shit show. I walk in, and the next thing I know, she bought exactly what she told me she was going to bring, and it was this special mattress so that I could meditate. And I was like, "This is perfect," because for first, it's not a mattress. It's like a cushion,
a bed cushion.
It's like a perfect cushion to like meditate.
Girl. I think we're friends.
It was. Let me tell you, it has been to this day the one thing I look forward to. And sometimes, like when I need my extra before I go home or before I go to my next thing, which is my trainer tomorrow, and I might have to stop in there and like meditate because my trainer is gonna fucking work me. I haven't seen him in a while. It gives me my center that I need to go on with the day, because we see what y'all don't see. Y'all see stuff on TV, and maybe you have like little interactions here and there. I don't know what anyone does for a living, but it's something else when you see how people live, and you see how people treat people and how they treat themselves. And when you take that on for a 24-hour period, it gets to be a lot. And that was like what I needed, the balance, And I wish more people knew.
And that was a blessing. That was a blessing.
We were like,
regardless, of your, what do you call that? You being an actress, like you needed to be there for her, for that moment, that friend.
Oh no! And since then, we've been each other's balance, and then we actually have a common person now from this morning.
Oh, so funny! Yeah, Maria. She,
yeah. Wait, who's this Maria?
She.
Yeah, I should be your common person, motherfucker. Me. The shit is about me. No, who is Maria? Now I want to know the story. Who the fuck is Miss Maria?
she does my roommates.
Now I'm gonna be the guy. Who the fuck is Miss Maria, bitch? Huh? Let me get another drink while I talk about Miss Maria. So what happened this morning? Who is Maria?
Oh, she does my roommate's eyelashes, and so I was like, Maria. Went in to see her, and we started talking, and she was like, oh my god. She just said, what did she say? She was like, yeah, my girl Ivet, she's a firefighter. And I was like, Ivet Guzman? And she was like, yes, that's her. I was like, that's my bitch.
And then it was like, but it's like that sometimes. And I wish it was like that more, with other individuals. But it depends on where you're at in your life,
Yeah.
It's like when we started talking and you're like, girl, you're a firefighter.
Yeah. Well, I followed it though, because we're Facebook friends.
Right.
I mean, we came from high school, and then you become friends with people on Facebook that I don't really fuck with you, but since you want to follow me, fucking go ahead. I don't care. You want to be nosy? I'm gonna show you some news.
Yeah.
But and then it's just but I would see your posts of you doing this, and then you dogging it out, and oh, this was so tough, and I'm like, man, this bitch is doing. I'm nosy too. I'll be like, this bitch doing it and shit. You go but I was cheering for you from a distance though, because regardless, I'm I'm still gonna cheer for you. And then when you actually became a fighter, I'm like, this bitch actually fucking did it. You go, girl. You go, girl. And so and then you disappear. Then you would disappear from social media.
I disappeared I had a hiatus for 4 years. And
then you come back. You gotta give people their time to do whatever they need to do for your own solitude. That's why I took October off. Not really for me, but for him. But I still went live. He was like, you're so vain. I'm like, I'm still gonna talk to people. I'm relevant. And you've been talking to my brother. You've been talking to my brother. No, but but you need that connection. You need those talks. You need all of that. So it's like, look at my nephew for this clutch.
Oh.
But that's Juju. He's a big fan.
Amazing. Shout out to Juju.
He's a big fan.
Oh, thank you, Juju.
Where's mine? Where's mine?
He was gonna come. Wait, I'm gonna bust you out. He was gonna come with your face on this shirt.
Oh.
He's just like, who do you have on the show? I'm like, don't be no girly fan. Control yourself. I can only be the girly fan in this place. No, but he didn't come. Thank God he didn't come with this shirt.
No.
It's probably under that shirt. I won't be surprised. I won't be surprised.
No.
No, but but after all that, but I'm glad. And then when you came out to the show, we had been talking a little bit more when you came out, and then I was hearing what you were talking about. I'm like, bro, that's dope. And then when you said, hey, well, then I'm gonna tell him. So she was just like, so I know you wanted me on the show, and I said, yeah. She's like, well, how about having an actress that plays a firefighter on the show? And so I'm like, well, that would be cool. And then she dropped her name. I'm like, no, she did not drop her name. She over here name dropping and shit. I said,
That's a bad bitch.
and I'm like, well, first off, that's one of my favorite shows. I was just like,
I had no idea.
Second,
idea.
I was just like, well, how the fuck we gonna make? Because she didn't say like that's my friend. She was just like, well, how about having Miranda on? And I'm like, so I don't have people to reach out to her people. So how are we gonna make that happen? She's like, I'm your people. That's my fucking friend. I'm like, oh, bitches, you started with that shit. That's what you start with. Like, my friend Miranda can come on the show. Yo, I'm over here like, I don't have people. How we can? I love the idea, but like,
Right. No, the biggest reason why is because like I can sometimes divert into like darker and like more detailed things, and like the thing is that this is life, and like there's certain things that you either have to experience it on your own, and I hope you guys never have to experience some of the things that I see and experience.
Yeah,
No, just because I
No,
don't think
I'm like on
people
that
are
level
ready for that.
No.
But I love that the show is on and the way they express certain things. Although, like at the beginning, I was like, "Motherfucker, sister, how it's done? You guys have the wrong suspenders on." Like, you know what I mean? And meanwhile, my friends in the back are like,
Okay, so that's a note to not watch this fucking Chicago Fire with this bitch over here. Because I literally had to, I changed the channel. I'm like, that bitch, I watch this shit on Hulu tomorrow. Like, I'm going to turn this shit off because you're fucking up my show right now. And she's actually here because I heard her laugh. So I'm like, you fucking up my show. I'm like, shut the fuck up. So now I know not to watch the show with you.
No. I'm a lot better about it now because
Now I gotta ask. So we have a policeman in the family, Joe.
Okay.
And I'm like, now I gotta ask him, like, if he ever watches the show, like, do you be criticizing how they, police and shit? Now I'm curious. Now I'm gonna ask. Mental note.
I'm sure if you watched a
hair-
movie of it, yeah.
You know what? I do watch some hairstyling shit,
Yeah.
but I don't. But it's all like reality. Like, there's no like fake hairstyling people.
But like
That can
technique
be-
though, don't you be like hollering at motherfuckers like that technique is
Oh,
whack.
so no. So you don't look. I haven't done your hair, girl. My technique is nowhere near what they show you in school.
Right.
Like I don't follow the trend. I just be like, I want to get from here to here. How can I get there without doing all the extra shit? I know.
Come on, creativity.
Yes, exactly. That's why I got into that field. Cause like I have actually a shampoo girl assistant. Cause pronouns and stuff. So my assistant, she actually went. See, I'm trying to be more sensitive. I'm trying.
That's their job though.
Well,
That's all that
my
matters.
assistant actually went back to beauty school, and so she'll be done in like next month. But when she's done, she's gonna come back and work at the salon. But when she comes in and we talk and stuff, she's just like, "Oh my God!" I'm telling my teachers all the time, like, "Well, my boss doesn't do it that way. My boss doesn't do it that way.
It's like-
my boss doesn't." I'm like, okay,
STFU.
so like,
that's it.
I want to be an instructor, and if I do go there, I don't want them to look at me like, "Oh, so you're the one that be like not doing it that way." I'm like, "See what had happened was." It's like, no,
but
everybody has their own way of doing it.
When you're out in the field, it's a different story. You have those are like the guidelines. That's how we're taught.
Yeah, I'm always worried. I was thinking about that more. I'm like, I wonder if she always be talking shit like, bitch, you did it wrong. You put the wrong boots on.
I mean, I would assume that it's the same same with any kind of vocational school, right?
Right.
It's like even in acting, like the studio that I went to before, you learn some things, but it's nothing like when you get on set.
Now I gotta ask you.
Yeah.
A little attention on you. So like you've been on like the game. That's
Which
sports.
is now rebooted.
Right. It's everything come back.
Which Adrian Ray, who was on our show,
Mm-hmm.
is now on the game.
Yeah, she's there from BET. Then you did Pretty Little Liars and stuff.
Mhm.
So like now you went from those shows to like now being on this from Chicago. You're not from here though. You
No,
from
no, no.
Cali?
I'm from Cali.
So like how do you like being here in Chicago?
Chicago's a dope city. Chicago's been so good to me.
Y'all heard that? Chi-Town, baby.
And I also think that there's something about like going through as a people, going through such harsh elements that like really amps up the hospitality, the warmth, the kindness, the compassion that, you know what I mean?
I think people who say that about Chicago is because you a little ghetto yourself. So that you understand
Don't get
where
it
Chicago
twisted.
people come
It's
from.
in there.
Because
It's
I
in
talk to
there.
other people and they be like, oh my gosh, Chicago is like so bad and so rough. So you give me that answer about my city, bitch. You ghetto too. I love it. But have you come you were in a movie, no? A little bit ago.
Mhm. Oh yeah. Yeah. Shot a movie called Going Places directed by Max Chernov. I played a killer. I know.
That's why you like Chicago. that's why we at Lottie's Pub. I'm pretty sure there's been a few killers that went through these fucking walls. Shit. But don't kill me. I'm just saying. That was a history. It's on their fucking webpage. Hello. I'm just repeating what I read. Disclaimers. There's always my show is a disclaimer. So like in regards to you've done shows and then now you've done the movie. Like what do you prefer? Is there a preference or you just like it all?
The thing is that like being on Chicago Fire specifically is like unlike any other
Right, I can
job.
understand that.
You know what I mean? Like I think it has a lot to do with the fact that we're portraying firefighters.
Mhm.
So it's like in order to really tell a story, you need to understand it. You need to be able to embody it. And firefighters, you know, are all there's such a tight camaraderie that you have to have because when those bells go off,
You got to be a little crazy.
it's life or death. It's life or death. Yvette told me that. It's like no matter what kind of arguments we had in the locker room, or maybe not the locker room, because you know you were upset about the scene.
Nobody hangs out in the locker room that long.
I don't have anyone in my locker room. I'm the only broad in my house. So that was the big thing. Like when I saw her walk up, I was like, I'm the only woman in my house. So it's a very big pride thing. And I was just like,
That's so funny. Damn, I didn't pick up on that at all.
no. And when you were in my house, I was
this
like
is
happy to
gonna fuck-
have
You know
you.
what? This is gonna fuck me up when I watch the show. Now I'm gonna be like, get out of the locker room. Get out of the locker room. That's not true.
You can't be talking about it. And you know when there's dialogue and it's a when they start to talk and I'm just like, ooh, those tones are gonna drop. and the cool thing is they don't use the same tones that drop in real life. And that was my other thing too. I was like, that's so nice compared to ours. Ours is like the broad talks and everything. And it's so funny.
Oh yeah, it's like.
And then we ring bells and we make sure everyone goes. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. But like seriously, it's been a blessing. It's like we're aligned. It's like
that's
completely that we're aligned. Like we keep running into people.
They know each other.
Yeah, and it's like we're right where we need to be. And it
That's
doesn't
good.
matter how much time.
Well, I am so glad y'all are right where y'all need to be right now. Right now.
Always.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, no.
Excuse me, ladies, quick question. Is she single?
Which one?
No.
We go live,
If he's asking, no.
Hey,
Let me tell you about this hair, right?
Listen,
I want to lay up
right,
in this hair.
Well, you know, if you need a beautician, honey, you can come out to El Girl Village, Cutting Edge 51st Line. I will hook you up. I got you.
By the way,
I got you.
No, but
are you not single?
I'm like, hold on.
You know what? We can add. Moving on.
So you know what had happened? Okay, so like
So
it was
the
nice
man
having
thing.
you on the show. No. I got somebody in my cart right now.
in your
You
car.
know, he's in the cart.
Okay.
Like your online shopping?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in the cart. Right? I mean, you know.
I mean,
Huh?
no, you don't. You don't have to.
What is the rush?
Oh, that's the worst.
He actually just texted me. No, I mean, I got somebody in my cart right now. He's very special. He got really good energy. It's still very fresh,
Okay.
you know.
So energy is really important to you.
very, very
Okay.
important.
It's everything.
What?
Energy? What that means?
I said, what's that like?
What's oh
Energy.
energy?
Good
Energy is
energy.
like really, really super important because like that can dictate anything else. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So he's in the cart. I mean, you know, I consider him my baby, you know, but you know, it's still a process.
Right. You got two main babies.
My little babies
right?
are my main baby.
And the
And
other
then-
one, he looked grown, dude.
My big boy.
I know. I'd be looking at pictures and I'm like, girl.
I know. So I be looking at his
I'm like-
girlfriend like, bitch. No. Don't worry.
Kind of like
What
how
are
I
you?
am.
Now, since you want to ask me about me being my relationships, what about you?
I just, I feel like I'm a free spirit.
Free spirit.
Uh,
See? Honey, I agree. And you? Since we're gonna put all our business out there, let's put all our business out there.
I am actually engaged on the TV show. So that's
You know what? Hello. And I was gonna be like, so that is actually one of my male favorite actors. I'd be like, every time you kiss him, I'd be like, me too. me too. Don't worry. And then when you want to come out looking all buffy shit, I'd be like, ooh, Charlie. And I don't like no little white man, but I'd be like, hey.
like that.
I do not. My flavor is chocolate.
See, what about Herman?
Herman's amazing.
Isn't
I
Come on.
really like him
Steve
a
from
lot.
Sex and the City.
So yeah, so like I think he's a nice guy,
Oh no, that's.
but
come on.
he was in Sex and the City. I do remember him on that show, but he's like not for me,
All right.
not for me.
But everyone, you
On
know,
Of course, yes. No, we're just saying.
Just, yeah.
Fantasizing. wise.
fantasizing, yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah,
Because
no.
like I he's come by enough that I feel like that's one of my brothers.
Okay.
Totally.
So
Sorry.
I wanted to give you guys a shirt from me to you guys.
I love
from
this.
Sippin N Trippin that my
Oh,
niece made.
God.
So y'all, everybody seen that shit.
Thank you.
And then our sponsors, Excel Barber Studio, which is the young man in the gray hoodie over there.
Yeah.
Xavier from Excel Barber Studio. He wanted to give you guys shirts too. I don't know. He got this. Shut your face.
Why?
You say that afterwards. He gave you. I told him you're a medium, and he gave you a large. I put it in the dryer.
I mean, I'll make it work.
So here are our gifts to you. Thank you very much. And then you guys are gonna get a B-side shirt too.
She's kicking us
Well,
off.
Just because I have to
Miranda.
close the show.
She's kicking us off.
I'm sorry. You know.
Listen,
And I'm like, look, my bladder only has so much time. You know.
I know. That was awesome. That was awesome.
You
And I was
might-
like, I don't know.
I said, excuse me. Let's talk about Bruno.
I'm like, look at this.
Where's the photographer?
I'm coming back. I'm coming back.
Where's my photographer? Hello. We got Izzy in the house. So, thank you guys for coming on. I appreciate you. Yeah. Thank you guys. I am going to, while they're doing their thing about these t-shirts and whatever the case, I'm going to finish up what I was going to talk about earlier, but I didn't know what to talk about. We're out of focus. Out of focus.
Oh, I
There we go.
I thought it was like fading away. I thought
No, we're not that fancy. Not
yeah,
yet.
like the special effects.
Let me talk about my producer.
We working on that.
Nice. No, we're going to take some pictures after the show, so stick around. Don't leave me yet.
Oh, no.
Well, I
I'm not gonna
mean,
leave you.
you can leave me, but you don't have to leave me.
No. I'm
Because
not
we're going to take some pictures. But I wanted to close up the show because we had a great time. Thank you very much for coming.
Oh, yeah.
I
No, of
appreciate
course.
you. Thank you very much. Yvette, you know you're my dog. I love you. Thank you very much.
I'm coming back. I'm coming back.
Now you see why we're friends. God damn it. Bitch, move. Sit. No. But we will be talking after this show. But let me close up. Because these people probably heard enough of my little shenanigans. You can leave it. Don't worry. They ain't gonna kick us out. They better not kick us out. Ooh.
I don't know. There's some
Because Gucci hanging out. So the next show, so we closing out. Thank you to our guests that came on. I'm hoping everybody had a great time. The next show, thank you.
No more breaks. You get no more breaks. That's mine.
Well, I'm gonna have to cut it off because my bladder is like, bitch, we got to go. But the next show is gonna be November 17th, which we're actually gonna be on location at Excel Barber Studio, which again is our sponsors for tonight. And they're at 1203 Maple Avenue in Lisle, Illinois. Look them up on Instagram. They're on Facebook. They're on Booksy. I said Instagram. You know, listening is a great tool. You learn a lot from listening. Exactly. But that's going to be a very, very special show to me. Only because it's going to be like really dear to my heart. That's actually my brother, my little brother. I have a little brother named Alex who passed away 20 years ago. So that's his actual anniversary. He passed away from, gang violence. He got shot in Chicago. So that's his 20-year anniversary. We are going to dedicate that show to him. So that's on the 17th at 8 o'clock. What else? I think that's pretty much it. Tune in. Bring tissue because that next show, boy, I'm still gonna talk a lot of shit, but there's gonna be tears and none of this. I'm gonna have my host on that show. Will be my big brother. I call him my little big brother because he's little. Eddie. So y'all get to see our shenanigans on that show. My little brother was my big little brother because he was like almost 6 feet tall and shit like that. But so tune in. Thank you for everybody that came in tonight to watch the show. Thank you for everybody that was watching the show. So tune into our next episode, November 17th, 8 o'clock. Check us out. Like, share the pages. We out.
I got you all set up.